Hello and welcome guys to a new episode on SportPredictorFanatic. Today we're going to predict the Bundesliga round 2. We're just going to head straight into it. I think by the way, made some profit with Bundesliga round 1. So let's hope we can do that in round 2 as well. But let's just start with the first match. It's going to be Union Berlin against St. Pauli. Union Berlin, of course, started the season off with a 1-1 draw against Mainz. In I think a pretty even match. And St. Pauli actually lost their first match with 2-0 against Heidenheim. Although I did think it was quite an even game, but I mean they lost, so it's their fault. This team actually played for the last time against each other in 2022. They played against each other twice back then. The last one was a friendly, but the one before that was a game in the cup, which was actually won by Union Berlin. Before this, the last time they actually played in a competitive match, it was in 2019 in the Bundesliga 2. The last time actually St. Pauli won against Union Berlin was all the way back to 2011. And since then there were 8 wins for Union Berlin and 1 draw. With that said, and the fact I think Union Berlin just have the better squad at this moment. Although I do think they're going to be pretty close. I do think it's going to become a draw. I think St. Pauli are going to be pretty even with Union Berlin. Union Berlin didn't seem that convincing against Mainz. I think they can do it. Although I do, as I said, I do actually think Union have the slightly better team. I think St. Pauli is going to get a draw here. Then we're going to Eintracht Frankfurt against Hoffenheim. Eintracht, of course, lost their first matchup with 2-0 against Dortmund. But they actually looked kind of alright in that matchup. Not too bad. And Hoffenheim, as just said, won their first matchup with 3-2 against Holstein Kiel. Oh, sorry, as not said, but they won 3-2 against Holstein Kiel. They deserved the win there, but it was a pretty close matchup. I'm gonna be honest. But last year, of course, these two already played each other twice. With actually Eintracht Frankfurt winning both matches 3-1. Actually, the last time Hoffenheim won away at Frankfurt was back in 2016. Since then, 3 draws and 5 wins for Eintracht. I think at this moment Eintracht Frankfurt are looking stronger, and because of that, I'm going to say they win this matchup. And then we go to Holstein Kiel against Wolfsburg. As said, Holstein Kiel lost their first matchup 3-2 against Hoffenheim, but didn't actually look too bad. And Wolfsburg actually lost 3-2 as well, but then against Bayern Munich. And Wolfsburg also didn't look bad either. These two teams haven't actually played competitively against each other since 2018 in the Bundesliga, where Wolfsburg then won both the home and the away game. Since then, they played each other 3 times in friendlies, with 1 actually ending in a draw, 1 in a win for Wolfsburg, and 1 in a win for Holstein Kiel. Holstein Kiel has actually only played Wolfsburg twice at home, and Wolfsburg actually won both of them. But I think with that, and just the fact Wolfsburg, I think right now have the better squad, are playing alright football, I think Wolfsburg is going to win right here. Then Stuttgart against Mainz. Stuttgart actually surprisingly lost their first matchup against Freiburg 3-1. Before this, of course, they already lost to Leverkusen in the DFL Super Cup. They did lose, but it was on penalties after a late 2-2 from Leverkusen. So they actually played all right there, but Freiburg played really well against them and they lost. And Mainz actually drew their first matchup in a really close matchup against Union Berlin. Last year, of course, Stuttgart and Mainz played each other twice, with actually both times Stuttgart winning 3-1. The last time actually Mainz won was back in 2019, and since then 6 wins for Stuttgart and 2 actual draws. I think with that and the fact that Stuttgart have the stronger squad, I think Stuttgart are going to win this matchup. Then we have a Bochum against Mönchengladbach. Bochum lost their first round matchup again 1-0 against Leipzig, but actually did play all right as it was quite a close match. And Gladbach also lost with 3-2 against Leverkusen. I think it deserved loss, but I mean the last goal, the 3-2, actually came in the 101th minute. So that's got to hurt a little bit for Mönchengladbach. But these two, of course, played each other last season twice, with both times Gladbach actually winning 3-1 and 5-2 were the scorelines back then. In the last 6 head-to-heads of these teams, it was one time a win for Bochum, and the other 5 were actually for Gladbach. With that, and also the fact I think Gladbach just have the stronger team at the moment, I think I'm going to go for Gladbach. Then Werder Bremen against Dortmund. Bremen drew actually the first matchup 2-2 against Augsburg. And I actually think Werder Bremen were a little bit better that matchup, but not by much. And Dortmund, of course, won 2-0 against Eintracht Frankfurt. But as said, pretty close match, but I think a deserved win. These two, of course, played each other twice last season, with a win for Dortmund in both games. A 1-0 and a 2-1, so pretty close matchups. The last 4 times Werder Bremen actually played at home against Dortmund, Dortmund actually won. With that, and the fact I think Dortmund have the better team, I guess Dortmund will get the W. Then Leverkusen against Leipzig. Leverkusen and Leipzig is like the first, I think, big matchup in this league. They both won their first matchup as well, with Leverkusen winning 3-2 against Gladbach and Leipzig winning 1-0 against Bochum. These two actually played each other last season twice, but actually both times Leverkusen winning 3-2. I think Leverkusen looked like a little bit better in the first match than Leipzig did. So because of that, I'm actually going to go with Leipzig, especially because they're playing at home and they've been playing really good at home the last season and the last games there. So yeah, I'm going for Leverkusen there. Then Heidenheim against Augsburg. Heidenheim actually won their first matchup with 2-0 against St. Pauli, while Augsburg drew 2-2 to Werder Bremen. Of course, Heidenheim and Augsburg played each other twice last season, with Augsburg actually winning both matchups. Before these matches, these two actually only played each other in friendly matches. And with that, actually Augsburg won their last 5 head-to-head. I think Augsburg has the better squad as well. And with that will actually get the win, so extend their head-to-head record to 6-0. And then we have the last matchup, which is gonna be Bayern Munich against Freiburg. Both teams actually won their first matchup, with of course Bayern winning 3-2 against Wolfsburg and Freiburg winning 3-1 surprisingly against Stuttgart. Of course, last season these two actually played each other twice as well, with Bayern winning one with 3-0 and the other one actually being a draw with 2-2. Even though I do think actually Freiburg looked way better than expected and Bayern actually a little bit worse than expected, I still expect Bayern to step it up and win this matchup here. And with that, we've predicted at least the matches. Now let's get into the betting part. So I'm going to be putting a bet on 5 matches. The 5 matches are Union Berlin against St. Pauli, which I predicted a draw. The odds for that is 3.5. Dortmund to win, the odds for that is 1.78. Wolfsburg to win, odds for that is 2.15. Gladbach to win, odds for that is 2.6. Augsburg to win, the odds for that is 2.8. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same betting strategy as last week. Just put a €0.5 on every double and treble combination that there is to make, which is both 10. So 10 times 0.5 is €5. So I will be putting €5 on trebles, €5 on doubles. And with that, we've betted €10. And just let's hope it's going as good as it did last week, which was of course a huge profit. I think we made like from 10 we made like 70 or something. I think that was it. But yeah, we did well. So let's hope we can repeat that here. But for now, I want to thank y'all for watching. Please have a great day and I'll see you.